So welcome to the May 7th Zoom meeting of the Rotary Club of Des Moines. I'm President Don Flannery. We're glad you're all here with us today virtually. We will keep everyone muted during this meeting except those who are speaking to us today. So thank you for your understanding with that. We're trying to maintain somewhat of a normal Rotary format. So with that in mind, today's inspiration will be led by Lynette Rasmussen. So Lynette, are you with us?
I had to unmute. Everybody can hear me? Thumbs up?
Yes.
Can you hear me? Yep,
Yeah.
Thumbs up. Okay. Today is Rotary Youth Exchange Day, and I turn to today's program for inspiration. Rotary is full of travelers and people interested in the world, how it works and how we can help. We can all picture in our mind a time when we packed for a long trip. I can envision trips that some of our members have taken. I'm sure Congressman Neil Smith packed for a trip that was going to take him to an area of many unknowns and challenges at critical times. Owen Newell no doubt packed for a trip to examine fields in remote areas of the world, to examine firsthand what could and be changed and improved. Sometimes travel is spent vacationing with family to refill the cup. I know Rotarians love to see the world in social ways, and we have had the benefit of hearing about some of these adventures. Think a minute about how those trips felt, those longer and more unknown trips. I remember the night before, you lay in the bed, and you know you're not going to be in that bed for a long time. And there's so many adventures on the horizon, but you're nervous. And we know how many of those journeys start in Des Moines with a 5:40 flight. So you don't sleep very well. But with that experience, think now to our Rotary Youth Exchange students. Late last summer, Hobby, Nora, our outbound exchange student to France, Michael, the German student that we helped with the West Des Moines Club, they had those nights in their bed in Chile, in Germany, and in Iowa. I am inspired by their organization and desire to apply for the program. It's hard work. There's lots of steps. There's the training before they come to the country. I'm also inspired by their organization and their desire to apply for the program. I'm inspired by their courage to get on the plane and go to a foreign land and immediately put down their roots. And finally, I'm inspired by their examination of a positive attitude and a can-do spirit for all the ups and downs that come with a long stretch away from home. We are grateful for your exchanges, and we are improved by your friendships. Thank you. Now, please join me for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. And then the four-way test. Is it the truth? Is it fair to all concerned? Will it build goodwill and better friendships? And will it be beneficial to all concerned? Thank you.
Thank you very much, Lynette, for doing the inspiration and the pledge and a very heartfelt inspiration. Thank you very much for your time and for your service on the youth committee. I know you've spent a lot of years on there as well and have contributed so much. So thank you very much for that. We have a new member. We have a new member to introduce. The new member is Laura Meeker, and she's going to introduce herself. So Laura, at this time, if you'd like to take the stage, so to speak, the virtual stage, and then go right ahead.
Yes, thank you, Don. This is a first for me for being introduced via Zoom. So Laura Meeker, and I actually was at a meeting, I guess it would have been probably right before winter. And so it's good to do my official greeting. And Kitty did send some different questions just to kind of do a summary. So I'll tell you, I moved here, I work for Green State Credit Union, used to be University of Iowa Credit Union. And I am the regional vice president. And yes, as you can see there, I have a birthday tomorrow, 35 again for a long time. But what brought me to Des Moines to begin with was a boy, right? Always a boy. My husband has a degree in aviation. And so when we met in college, because I'm originally from the St. Louis area, when we met in college, I thought that I was going to be able to fly all these fun places, just as Lynette was talking about the traveling and everything. So I thought that would be my future. Somehow or another, after his degree in aviation, he ended up in law enforcement. And so I followed him to Iowa. So that's kind of my journey to the Des Moines area and to Iowa. We've now been here for 18 years. So this is now home. As far as my biggest career accomplishment, I don't know. I would just say throughout my career, I've been extremely lucky. I don't know. I wouldn't say I've done anything different or better than anybody else. I just happen to always have been in the right place at the right time, or know the right people, or whatever it is that got me here. So I've really enjoyed the 20 some years in banking that I've had. As far as a personal accomplishment, we bought a place at the Ozarks several years ago. So that's probably one of my biggest accomplishments. And the fun fact that people, that would say a little bit about me: love boating. We have 2 kids. I have a junior at Iowa State and a freshman at Southeast Polk. So other than that, I would say that as far as what brought me to the Des Moines Rotary Club, I've actually been in Rotary for a long time. I've just on and off, different career changes have taken me to different areas. And so I've been in several different Rotary clubs, but I've heard that Des Moines is the best club, so who doesn't want to be part of the best club, right? So that's what brought me to the Des Moines Club. So thank you all. I'm looking forward to getting involved in several different things, and I appreciate the opportunity to introduce myself.
Thank you very much, Laura. Thank you for choosing to be a member of our club. And I might be biased, but I think we have a very good club as well. So thank you very much for joining us. And happy birthday one day early. So hope you have an enjoyable day on Friday. So with that, we're going to turn the program over to Josh, who's going to introduce the program for today. Josh Braby has done a great job on being the chair of the youth committee this year. So Josh, go ahead and take it from here.
Sounds great. Thank you. So we just kind of want to circle back and give everybody an overview really of it's been kind of a crazy year for Youth Exchange. So as Lynette mentioned, we kind of co-hosted, if you will, this year with West Des Moines as well. So we ended up having 2 outbounds, 2 inbounds that were either through our club or that our club helped with. So we had Nora King, who was an outbound, and she went to France, as Lynette said, and Zach Halter ended up going to Germany. And then inbound, we had Javi, of course, and then we also had Michael, who was from Germany. So we ended up kind of having to coordinate with 4 students, and due to the coronavirus, that was obviously interesting. Second half of the year working with them and making sure they're safe. So the host families that we had was really imperative for the success. Usually the toughest part of our job is finding host families. This year we had to not find 3, but had to find 6. So we were able to do that. Catherine and Jim Staub were a huge help for us with Michael. They were the first host family for him. And then also were the second host family for a while and the third host family for a while. So they definitely put service above self and helped out as needed for Michael, and we can't thank them enough for that. Karen and Pat Halter were the second host family for Michael, and was their first time, and they really enjoyed it, had a great time, and reached out wanting to do it again. So it just kind of goes to show that even for the first timer, not knowing what you're getting into. It's really a good experience, and certainly one that we encourage people to do. And then Michelle and Steve King, so Nora's parents, is where Michael is at right now, and they had a unique experience. They went to visit Nora in France, and that was about right at the peak of the coronavirus over in Europe, and ended up bringing her back with them. So she is back home now as well, and with Michael and Michelle and Steve. So that was the host families for Michael, and we can't thank you guys enough. And Matt and Betsy was the first host family for Javi, and also was the host family for Javi's sister. So we really appreciate all that they've done throughout Rotary Youth Exchange and hosting numerous times. I think he's been told that he's got to hang it up for a while. So we our first initial ride-in is maybe on hold for a while. So again, more people are interested, we welcome you. Let me know. And then Monica Warhide was Javi's second host family. She did back-to-back. So she hosted last year and then was back again this year to host Javi. And then we had to kind of think on our feet a little bit for Javi's third host family. So working to keep her close to friends and what she was interested in, which is at that time when school was still going on, was soccer. So trying to keep her close to everything that she really loved. Found a great friend in Tess Banstra, who was supposed to be our outbound student. And Sonny and Mike Banstra stepped up, and we can't thank you guys enough either for helping us find a home for Javi to finish her stay here. It certainly wasn't expected or planned. I know you guys both kind of were unleashing a daughter, and you gained one, so we appreciate that very much and can't thank you enough for all you've done for Javi. So the committee this year really had to step up, like I said, find host families, really had to work through the COVID-19 issues with getting the students home, working through travel arrangements. That was extremely complicated. And as you can see, our students are still here. So working still to get them home here in the month of May. Matt Busick, can't thank you enough. You know, Matt always steps up. He's kind of the godfather of Youth Exchange, and has helped mentor me and helped the committee out quite a bit, just working with district and helping make sure the students are safe and make sure we take care of them as we need to as Rotarians. So can't thank you enough for that support. And then Brittany Reese was our first, it was her first time as the local coordinator. So she did a fantastic job this year, really not knowing what she was stepping into, and stepped up and did a fantastic job really with the club and staying connected with Javi. So thank you, Brittany, for all you've done for the committee and for the students. So quick outlook on where we're at. Little gloom before Javi's presentation, but so Ryla currently is canceled due to the coronavirus. The bus tour, which both Michael and Javi were going to do, that has been canceled, obviously due to the coronavirus. And then the 2020-2021 Youth Exchange outbound program was canceled by district as well. So we will not have an outbound next year, and that's through Rotary throughout the world, not just here in the US, but that's just the rules of district as of right now. So on the flip side, the positive side of that coin is Tess is really young for an outbound student right now, and is extremely ambitious and excited, and is willing to be our 21-22 outbound student. So we've already got one slotted when we're back to business as usual. So that's really exciting for us. And I think for us as a committee moving forward, we have some time to really work on our host family list. So we'll probably be reaching out and getting prospect lists so we have families for students, and then also just kind of work on getting ready for the next season and our coordination with Ryla and some other things that we've started to help with as a committee. So with that, that's kind of Youth Exchange in a bubble really quickly. Javi has done a great job preparing her presentation. She is a delight to have around. Thank you to everyone who participated in her drive-by send-off last Saturday at Roosevelt. That was a great event for us, and I think she really enjoyed it. And we will have a question and answer at the end. So when Javi is done with her presentation, if we can do the raise your hand function within Zoom, and then Andy or Kitty will kind of coordinate the questions, whoever has a question, and let them ask that directly to Javi, and she'll answer from there. So with that, Javi, it's your show, and I'm looking forward for the club to get to know you more and learn about your experience.
Okay, thank you. Um, okay. Okay, so hi everyone. Today I'm going to talk about my exchange year. And my full name is Javier Andrea Gacitua Frankovic, and I'm from Chile. Where is Chile? Chile is next to Argentina and is 4,200 kilometers. And the capital is Santiago, and I live in Santiago. Chile has deserts, volcanoes, ocean, and mountains. And I want to show you 4 places I really like in Chile, but there are more. So I chose this, Cerro Santa Lucia. It's a park. On the right side, we can see Cajón de Maipo, and it's 45 minutes from my house. Here you can see this cableway, and the building behind it is the tallest in South America, Costanera Center. And finally, the Easter Island. My family, okay, he's my dad, Guillermo, my mom, Lucy, my sister, Nati. She's older than me by 5 years. I'm 18, so she will be 23 on September. And here is a picture with my parents. And I also have 2 pets. Andy, he's 10 years old and he's a beetle. And she's my turtle, Filomena. Okay, so here I'm with my parents again at the restaurant, with my sister playing. You can see here my face with my sister again. And those pictures were taken from my house, so you can see the mountains here. And now I want to talk about when I'm going to vacations with my family. We always go every year in Chile to Papúa and Zapallar. I really love those places because they are beautiful. You can see in the pictures, it's a quiet place. With my sister and with my dad, we play with the waves, and we can go to walks, and you can see the sky here and the sun. My life in Chile. So I met my friends in Rotary, and he was also an exchange student from New Zealand, Oscar. And we were here helping people. We did activities to help people. We had lunches together. We had retreats. That night we have a party. And if you can see in the picture, I'm the shortest of my friends, and also here, and he's my dad again. And that night in that party, Rotary had karaoke games. So with my dad, we sing this song with Miguel. I don't know if you know him. Okay. Yeah, I know. Yeah. Way to the airport. So that day I was with two friends in the car. That day it was so special for me because I was really nervous and I was really afraid for this trip because I knew I didn't speak any English, and I was very nervous, but also I was excited for this trip. So I remember the last time when I say goodbye, especially when I say goodbye to my sister and my mom and to my dad. And I saw them for the last time and I cried a lot and I say, see you next year. So yeah, in the airplane, I made that video, subway. First day. So Lynette, Elena, my host sister, Pat, my host grandma, Annika, my host sister, and Michael, they picked me up at the airport that day. And I was really nervous. You can see my face. And I remember the first thing I said is I really need to take a shower because it was a really hot day. My first host family, Matt, Betsy, Elena, Annika, and Harley. I'm very happy because I was in Elena's birthday, Betsy's birthday, Matt's birthday, Annika's birthday, and also I was in Grandma's birthday. And I really love my first host family. We always had music in dinner, and we always talk in the dinner. Second host family, Monica. That picture was taken when I met Monica, and she was with Charlie, her nephew, and we had Christmas together, Happy New Year's Eve together, here with Sammy and Winky, and the last picture was taken in our last dinner together before I changed to my third host family, Rotary meetings. Kitty, you're here. With Sammy, Winky, with social distance right now. And my relation with Monica, I really love her. She's my second husband, but for me, she's also my friend. And it's like a mix to my friend and my aunt because I really trust her. So yeah, I love you, Monica. My third house family, Tony, Tess, and Mike. This day we went to ride a bike and it was a really good day. At the beginning I was nervous because the bike, it was big for me, but we really had a good time. We test in Rotary meetings, we test our first time when we hang out. And this family is very funny, especially in the dinners. And we always laugh, and I really like this family. New things. So I saw snow for my first time in my life. I tried a new class, pottery. It was really hard for me because I started on my second semester, but my teacher and my classmates, they always helped me. And especially Anna, she was always with me, next to me, helped me. My friends. So here I made a lot of friends, but for me, I have a special friends. So she's Carol. She was also an exchange student from Switzerland. She's Kobe. She's very sweet, and I met her at my Spanish class, and she was also one of my fur friends here. Blanca, I met her also at my Spanish class, and I'm with Carol again here. And then I changed some classes on my second semester. So I'm very happy I did that because I met wonderful friends, and I'm very happy for that. Sage, Livy, Mary, oh, Mary's here, and Erin. Uh, sometimes I'm still having this problem, but sometimes I pronounce bad their names, but they are super nice with me. So they say, don't worry, Javi. So I'm happy for that. With Erin again, with Libby, with Sage. Uh, she's EF. I met her at my cooking class. She's very nice and sweet. With Kobe again and with Sage. Okay, now I'm going to talk about my school in Chile. So that's my school. Looks very different than here. I had to wear a uniform, and it was really hard to find a picture with me wearing a uniform because I didn't like my school. But I found this picture, and please don't laugh, but I think it's adorable, and with with my sister in third grade. I was 7 years old, and I think my sister maybe 12. And the picture here, it was from last year. I was a senior, and I was with some classmates. And in Chile, we have a lot of dances at school. So that's one. It was on my junior year. I was 16, and I couldn't have my dance on my senior year because I was here. But here is a video. I'm here. Yeah, that's all. And uh, I couldn't go to my graduation in Chile. So let's imagine I'm in that picture between my mom and my dad. And I only did my first semester like in my senior year because in Chile, like I said before, I think, uh, school starts on March and ends on December. So I only did my first semester. So I'm very happy because I'm graduated from high school in Chile. And I'm here at school, Roosevelt and Central Campus and Central Academic. uh, I really love school here. I can explain it. I really love my classes. Well, I loved, and my teachers and my friends. And I think the reason is because I was in one class and I know I was going to my next class and I was going to see other friend, and then I was going to take the bus with Erin and Libby, and then I was going to have lunch with Sage, Libby, Mary, and Erin, and then I was going to my pottery class and I was going to say Anna, and finally my last class is Spanish and I was going to see Kobe and my teacher. So I think my face says everything. I really love school here. Yeah. But I'm not going to say it was easy because I have a lot of homesick at the beginning. I cried a lot when I came here or my first months because I felt so lonely. Uh, I don't know how to explain it. I felt so frustrated because I couldn't talk with people, I couldn't have conversations, and I couldn't make friends. It was really hard for me to make friends. So at the beginning, I was happy because I saw new things, new country, but then I started to miss a lot Chile, my family, my culture. But now I'm here on the top of the graph and I'm very happy. I'm very happy for all the experience I had before, for all my friends I have, the host families I had. And I know when I'm going back to Chile, I'm going to be sad and I'm going to miss a lot United States and my friends and my host families. but I know I'm going to see them again. And what I'll do after this year, I want to travel a lot. I want to come here next year. I want to keep in touch with my friends, with my host families, and with all people I met here. I want to learn how to play drums. I want to go college. I want to help people. I also want to write a book about all my experience I had before and also experience I had in Chile. Change. So I think I changed a lot on this trip. I think I'm more mature. I also found more faith in God on this trip. Uh, Now I know what means friendship, like true friends, because I didn't have the opportunity to meet people like good. And I'm very grateful because here I met my friends and my host families, and they are good people, and I trust them so much, and I love them. And now I want to say thank you for all the people who came last Saturday. I was really happy. I also want to say thank you for all Rotary members, especially to Matt, Josh, Lynette, Brittany, and Kitty. I want to be very grateful, and also my family in Chile, they are too. I remember when I had like good experiences, and that day or the day after that day, I ran to call my dad and say, Dad, today I have a wonderful day. Or I said, oh, today I met my friends right now. And I can see in their faces, my family in Chile, they're very happy for all the people I met here. And this press, Monica, my host mom, she always tell me this. She always say, you move to another country, you can do anything. And I think that phrase works for everybody because I think nothing is impossible. If you have a dream, a goal, you can do this. Like just do that. And yeah, that's all. Thank you. I have, okay.
Great job.
Thank
did
you.
great, Javi. Great job.
Thank you.
That was awesome, Javi.
Thank you so much.
But at this point, did we want to start taking some questions, Don?
Yes, absolutely. So I think if they can raise their hand, and then Andy or Kitty, you can see who has questions, and then open up their mic, and we go from there.
All right, so Art's raising his hand. I'm going to give you an unmute. Art, go ahead and ask your question.
Javi, what do you see in your future?
That's a good question. I guess going to college, meet more people, but also I want to come here because I really love this place here. So I can imagine me like traveling a lot and talking with my friends. Yeah, I think that's all.
That's great. Good question. So if anybody else has a question, go ahead and use the raise your hand function in the participants tab and the chats tab, and we can unmute your mic at that point, and we'll allow you to talk. Looks like Michael's got a question.
Yeah, hi, great presentation. I was curious, you said you wanted to travel more, and I know you said you wanted to come back to Des Moines, but where else do you want to travel? What are your go-to places?
I want to know more Chile because it's a long country. So probably I will start in Chile. And then the other country I want to go, it's Italy and Turkey. And I also think I want to go to France. So yeah, that's all.
Great. Thanks.
Great. Dave has a question also. Dave Busick.
Hi, Javi. Thanks for your presentation today. So my question is, what are the arrangements for going home? Are there any restrictions due to the coronavirus? Do you know when you'll be able to go home? Then my second question is, I guess, what was your biggest surprise about life in Iowa?
Okay, so first, I was going to go Chile back this Saturday, but they changed my flight. So now I'm going back on May 18th. And in Chile, I think it's almost the same here. People have to wear a mask, and now they are in quarantine. My parents are at home, and also my sister is studying at home. So it's the same. And your second question, I think at the beginning it was really interesting about the corn, because in my first host family, when I ate corn like this, I don't know how to explain it. I really like it with butter. And then I think I like here because it's more quiet than Santiago because it's a big city. And I really like the life here. Yeah.
Great, thank you. Good luck to you.
Oh, that's wonderful. Well, we're ahead of schedule, guys, so feel free to unmute yourself and ask a question or raise your hand, and I can unmute for you. But we don't have any other questions at this point. So, Don, I don't know if you want to, or we do have one question from Doug. Let's take that question, and then we might kick it back to you, Don, unless other people have some questions. We do have plenty of time, though, it looks like. So, Doug, I believe you're unmuted now. Maybe not. There you are. Go ahead, Doug.
Yes, Harvey. What is the best thing you've eaten here in Iowa?
Ooh.
I think maybe school or all the activities I did here, because I started to spend all my time at school. So probably soccer and FCA, I think. Yeah.
I have one question for you too. Could you share your understanding of the United States and then your understanding of Iowa? And has that changed, being not only in the United States here, but in Iowa? Has that changed your opinion or what you thought of the United States was?
Okay. Yeah. At the beginning, I thought United States, it was like the culture a little bit, and I thought school could be the same in Chile, because in Chile I always have to stay in my classroom. We never change, so the teachers came to the classrooms. And now my opinion of United States is so different. I think it's a beautiful country, and I really like the difference between Chile and United States. I mean, the culture. And also, I think I really like how school works here. I think it's better than in. So I have a good opinion of United States. So that's the reason I want to come back here next year.
Right.
Sharon?
Wonderful.
Question?
Thank you very. Go ahead, Kitty. Go ahead.
I thought Sharon had her hand raised. Sharon, is that correct?
Yeah, I was just wondering what do you look forward to doing first when you get home?
I think first run to hug my parents and my sister, of course, because the last time I saw them, it was last August. I remember that day. It was a Friday. And I want to learn how to drive a car. So I will take classes and then maybe eat my food, my Chilean food. I think that's all.
Okay. Monica has her hand up. We'll let Monica ask a question. Your mic is live, Monica.
Hi, I just wanted to make a quick comment if I could. Javi, I'm so proud of you. You are a beautiful young woman inside and out, and your confidence has just been amazing to watch you grow. You've done a really good job.
Oh, thank you.
That's sweet. Thanks, Monica. And Matt had his hand up also. Matt, go ahead.
Javi, are you wearing a flag from Chile? Better stand up and show us your Chilean flag.
No, I mean, yes, it's the colors. I was talking with one friend before this video call, but yeah, there's the colors of Chile.
Love
Yeah.
it. Love
Thank
it.
you.
And you did a fantastic job. Great work. I think Betsy has something she wants to say.
Yeah.
You did a great job. Javi, I'm so proud of you, and your English has progressed phenomenally. And I just want to recommend that maybe when you learn how to drive a car, that you don't drive it like you're driving a go-kart.
No.
You might end up in a few accidents if you drive it like that go-kart.
I remember that day. Yeah. Thank you.
Sean, you have your hand raised. Go ahead. Your mic's open.
Javi, you are just a beautiful young woman, and we are so proud of you and all that you have done during your time here in Des Moines. It's just been wonderful getting to know you, and of course, because of your sister, we're very proud of that association. And so please tell your sister and your parents hello for Sherry and I. And Sherry's in the office with me here watching your presentation, but we're kind of curious, what was the best advice that your sister Nachi gave to you before you left home to come to Iowa last August?
Okay, that's a good question. My sister, she gave me a journal with all her advices for me, but the important one was I remember when she said, Javi, please be yourself. Don't pretend you are other person to like people, just be yourself. And she said, you're going to have hard moments. You're going to cry a lot. But the good part of this experience, then you're going to saw the past and you're going to say, yeah, I did it. And yeah, that's all she said.
Wonderful. Well, I think that's all the questions, Don. We can kick it back to you and let you take over from here.
Well, thank you very much. Javi, thank you so much for that presentation. Wonderful presentation. I remember when you arrived here in Des Moines last summer and the committee put on a little ice cream social for you, and we got a chance to meet you. And throughout the Rotary year, you've been attending many of our meetings. So thank you very much. We really appreciate it. And it's true, Iowa does not have mountains. We don't have oceans, but we do have sweet corn with butter. And I think that probably keeps most all of us here in Iowa. I think, if I don't want to speak for everyone online today, but sweet corn with butter is a pretty good thing in Iowa. So thank you very much for your presentation. You've made us all proud at the Rotary Club of Des Moines, and we wish you the best as you go back home. And please stay in touch with us too. We look forward to hearing from you and hope to see you again sometime down the future. And also a big thanks to the Rotary Youth Exchange Committee. They've had a lot of challenges this year. I mean, we all have with the virus and so forth, but the committee has just done a wonderful job. Thanks to everyone on the committee. Thanks to the host families that you've given your time, your talents, and welcome Javi as one of your own. So thank you very, very much for that. So thanks to the Buziks, the Banstras, Monica Warhide, Catherine Staub, everyone involved with this situation. Thank you very much. We're very grateful for what you've done for the Youth Exchange. Also, I want to thank Laura for being with us today. Welcome to the Rotary Club of Des Moines. Look forward to seeing you in person, hopefully soon at Wakanda with a live meeting. But at least for the next 3 meetings for the rest of May, we are going to meet virtually. That's been decided. And so we've got pretty much a regular slate of programs. We're not going to skip a beat here with our programming. So next week on May 14th, we've got the Educators of the Year. We're honoring 5 educators from the Des Moines Public Schools. So Skeet and the committee have done a great job in selecting the Educators of the Years that we're going to honor. And so we're going to meet virtually on Zoom, and that'll be on May 14th, and they will join us. May 21st, one of the favorite meetings of the Rotary year for me, and I think for many of us, we're going to have the local scholarship recipients. So the virus is not slowing us down. We're still giving away money, and we're going to give away 6 scholarships to 6 graduating students from the Des Moines Public Schools. It's always a favorite meeting, and we're going to have the honorees with us online. So hopefully you can make that presentation and be with us on May 21st. And then on May 28th, we've got Nikki DePhillips, who's with Come and Go, and their presentation is going to be on the beauty and functionality of the Krause Gateway Center. So you won't want to miss that. That'll be on May 28th. We're getting close to 1 o'clock, which is time to wrap up the meeting. Thank you for being Rotarians. Thank you for choosing to be here today. And with that, we're adjourned, and we'll see you next week. Thank you all very much. Bye.
Thank you.
All right, everybody, we're going to end our recording, and we did live stream to Facebook today, so we do have a recording on there. If you're not on our Facebook group or following the Des Moines Rotary Club on Facebook, check that out. Recording will be on there, and we'll also have